Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Today we're gonna try to get into orbit around Kerbin and back, hopefully. So last time we played, I said I wasn't able to go into orbit yet because I didn't have any docking mechanisms so we could rescue the poor sucker who's up there. But I didn't. I was so focused on that docking thing that I didn't think, we could just re-enter Kerbin with the same vessel we shoot up there. Like you do, just do a retrograde burn and come back into the atmosphere and hopefully land somewhere safe. And that's what we're gonna try to attempt today. So, first things first, can I go into the overview mode here of the world? Nope. Because I have a concrete plan of what I'm trying to do for a change today. So, right, we are here in this Kerbal Space Center, and we're gonna go into orbit around Kerbin. And I want to do a north-south orbit, just because at some point we need to re-enter, and while I'm at it, we might as well re-enter here, or on the South Pole. North Pole, South Pole, I don't care, but one of those two places, because I want to do some science there. Get as much science out of this, mission as possible. So that's what we're going to try to do. So we're going to do a north-south orbit. We're going to take all sorts of science experiments at the apoapsis and at the periapsis, wherever they might end up at some point. And then we're going to try and re-enter Kerbin at one of the poles, do some more science there, and then just recover the vessel and see what's left from there. So I think, first things first, I need to get out of this. No, first things first, we need a proper rocket for this. And I'm thinking of a couple of stages, and we're gonna need a couple of science pods and whatnot. So the first thing I want to do, I was looking up if there are remote-controlled, unmanned capsules, and apparently this thing, the Probodobodobodobodobon Stay Putnik thing, is capable of doing that. But we might miss out on some sort of experience for one of our pilots here, so we might as well try and go for broke here. So we're gonna take, as a starter, we're gonna take this pod here, where one person can sit in, and we're gonna go with Jebediah, I think. Or should we try and go... Well, Valentina was actually my lucky charm in the tutorials. Maybe we'll go with her for that. Can't hurt having a lucky charm up there. Alright, so we are gonna need a couple of things. The first thing I want to do is definitely get a parachute up there, because once we re-enter Kerbin, we're gonna wanna have a soft landing, which is achieved with a parachute. Alright, we could also get some additional parachutes going. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on our weight here, because I do want a couple of science bays here in the lower stages for science experiments at all sorts of places and whatnot, so we're gonna try for that. And we're gonna need a lot of fuel and engines. So the first stage of this mission here is gonna be building the rocket. So let's try and do that here. So let's think about this. What we need. So the lower stages here are gonna obviously be the engines, which we're gonna need to burn to get us into orbit and out of orbit again. So the upper stages are gonna be our science things. It can't hurt to have, I don't know, one of these or two of these maybe. And we want a storage unit. Why is this so weirdly small? What does this do? I mean, it's gonna be encapsulated. I think there's no more info for this, by the way. I think this really just is a thing we can open, right? Nope. Experiment storage unit. I see. Okay, okay, we can store our experiments here and take them back to Kerbin once we are done with them. That might be unnecessary since we have those two, right? They're gonna store their own experiments. It's gonna be a bit of back and forth, testing the rockets and going back to design. We might as well put an antenna on there. 2 MITs. Maybe this is a little bit better. We're gonna need a battery on this sucker, for sure. Where's the best place to put an antenna? This doesn't look very aerodynamic. What if I do this? Can I retract this? Extend. Oh, I see. Okay, that does nothing at all. Let's try and rotate this around and see if I can make this work. Nope. This is inward. Okay, we don't need that. This is all sorts of directions. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's see if we can extend this now and where it goes up like this. How fire resistant and heat resistant is that thing? The thing is, I'm gonna try and recover all the science anyway, so I'm not sure if we actually need this. But we are going to space. And having some sort of communication shouldn't be the worst thing, I think. Communitron 16 is a versatile and lightweight antenna suitable for moderate range communication, long range backup communication, and eavesdropping on secret government operations. That's way above our pay grade here. Surface mount version. Short range dual purpose communications antenna that can handle either direct communications or short range relays. So that could be something we put on a satellite at some point. Let's try this one. Put that on there somewhere. It's perpendicular to our little vessel here. I don't think that's a good idea. Not sure what we are going to do about the antenna. Let's keep it where it is for now. We need some sort of service bay. Where is that thing? Service bay. Nice. If I put the batteries in there, if I can find them again, there they are. Does that work? Holds 2 AAAA batteries and holds a maximum of 100 units of charge. Let's put that on there just to be safe. What the heck happened there? We want that down here, of course. Okay, turn this around, like so. Put them in there. I hope they just connect up to the rest of the thing. It should tell us somewhere, right? Craft stats. Height, weight. What about... What do you mean parachute on first stage? We do have that. Electric charge stored but not generated. This part stores electric charge, but there is nothing on the vessel generating it, so I should go for photovoltaic sort of panels. Cannot transmit science, why not? Does not have an antenna, okay. Unused MP resources, yeah, I don't have any sort of RCS or whatever. Good. We're gonna worry about that as we encounter that, because right now we don't really need it. Got a couple of thermometers on there. Do want to be able to do repeat readings, so that's definitely something we need to be wary of. Wary? I don't know. We need to think about that. Keep that in mind. So we have 2. I think I want to go for 3 because I want to do experiments at the apoapsis, periapsis, and on the pole once we go down there. Once I go back to Earth. So let's put a 3rd thermometer on there. I'm not sure if that's how that works, but in lieu of knowledge, we're just gonna brute force it. Perhaps I can turn this around like so and put it there. Okay, 3 thermometers, 3 barometers, a bunch of batteries, which I doubt we need. We want some goo containers for sure. What does this do? Open doors, the Science Junior. It just does a bunch of science for us, right? I don't know if it holds any goo or whatnot, so maybe we want to get another service bay. Can I duplicate that entire thing? Ooh, I can, that's nice. Let's close this up, we're done with it. I don't think we are gonna need 2 batteries, so let's get rid of those. I guess I could have divvied them up a little bit better, but I'm not gonna fiddle with that too much. As long as we have what we need on there, it'll be fine. Let's get the goo container. Get 3 of those as well, I think. Whoops, put them there. Let's go down a little bit. They are coming through there. Is that something excuse me, something I need to worry about? I hope not, because out of sight, out of mind. Let's just close the doors on that and move on to the next part. Okay, this entire thing is gonna come down. So we definitely want another parachute on the side of these. Maybe go for a double. Let's put them here. That should be enough, right? The top one, these 2. Just making this up as I go, obviously. Let's close this down. It's currently nothing we need to know. Payload, we could go for another service bay, but there's only so much science we can do. Experiment storage unit, I really don't know what this is for. Storage unit to help Kerbal Nauts bring their valuable science back to Kerbin while avoiding the hazards of re-entry, rough landings, and Jep's piloting skills. So this is like a black box, it survives every sort of bump and whatnot. Maybe that's not a bad idea to have. Okay, we're gonna cram that in there, as if it's not crammed enough already. I can't. What's going on? For some reason, I can't move the camera anymore. Why is that? What just happened? Are you kidding me? Okay, save the... let's rename the craft into work in progress. Save this thing. And I don't know, leave and come back and hopefully our camera's working again. It is here. Good thing. Okay, open the craft. The WIP. And there we are. Alright then. That's better. Don't know what happened there. It's the console version of this does have some sort of problems every now and then. Some weird issues. Wait, how was it sorted before? I don't know. This is a big... Okay, it needs to attach to something. Let's just do it. We can still change our minds about that. I'm gonna go for as much science as I can. Let's cram a couple more thermometers in there. And, whoops. Nope. Just trying to turn this around the right way. One more thermometer right there, and another barometer over on the side maybe, or can I mount it to the wall? And maybe, yeah. Yikes. That's gonna be one thing for the trial and error phase of this. It might explode, it might not, we do not know. We're gonna need a decoupler here for this stage. What's the difference here? It's a little bit more weight here, and it has more ejection force by 50. I guess that's the only difference here. Let's go for the bigger one. Oh, that really is big. What's going on here? That doesn't look right. It says 1 meter. This is also 1 meter. What is that? Why can't I... Isn't there some sort of case on I can put on there? We do the decoupler, shouldn't it automatically do that for us? See, it says 1 meter at the icon there, at the rotating thing over there. It says 1 meter. It says the same thing here. But maybe it's not the diameter, maybe it's the height of the thing. I don't know. Why is there no caisson around this? Structural, is there something? The payload doesn't, the service bay doesn't help me because this thing attaches to the vessel directly. Structural fuselage. What about this? Okay, well, that's one way to go, which we're not gonna do. What if I keep building on this? Perhaps the caisson appears automatically? No. That's weird, I don't like that at all. Because I'm also gonna need... Ooh, wait a second. Wait a minute here, folks. Where's the heat? We do need a heat shield after all. Let's go for the big one, as always. Okay. And now if I put the decoupler... Maybe now is the moment of truth. That's not enough. I want this exact same thing, the checker box thing, I want up here. But it doesn't work. There's mystery goo, test tubes, and duct tape in there. Paper clips, potatoes, magnets. May contain science. It may not, though. Rigid attachment, off, on. What does that mean? Auto strut. Disabled. What about heaviest? Boot. Grandparent disabled. Let's disable that. I don't know what that means. I was never told in the tutorials. So forget about that for now. You know what? It does say that it is fireproof and whatnot, so we're gonna just go with it, keep it for now, and see in testing what it does. Alright, we have the science thing. Now let's build our rocket. We need the center rocket, which is gonna be used in orbit once we're up there. I think this is cheaper. 90 liquid fuel and 110. So this is double, but it doesn't cost double. It's like 25 space bucks cheaper. So for 4 of these we build, we save 100 space bucks. Whoa. It's got a couple of those. I don't know how many we're gonna need up. That's all just trial and error, really, because I have no feeling about feeling on how much fuel we need in orbit to get out of orbit and back into Kerbal. So we're just gonna have to wing it for now. We're also gonna need a proper engine here. I think it was the swivel, because this is the one with the gimbal. Yes. It's definitely gonna be good. Worry about the staging later. Yeah, we need maybe 2 of those, or a couple of these at least, to get off the Earth here, of Kerbin.